catching the falling knife. It's something that is on just about every buyer's mind out there today, whether you're looking in Coquitlam, Port Moody, Langley, Maple Ridge, New West. Doesn't matter where it is, just about everybody out there is saying the same thing. I'm waiting, it seems like prices are going down. And honestly, I get that. Nobody wants to buy something today only to see that it is worth less tomorrow. That fear is real. So in this video, I want to break down what's actually happening, what are some of the things that you should be worried about, what are the things that aren't so important, and how we can shift our perspective just a bit so we can think about timing in a way that protects you in the long run. This isn't about pushing you to buy now or in a year or in 3 years. It's about giving you clarity so that you can make the right decision that fits your life. When people out there see that prices are actually trending downward, their knee-jerk reaction is to immediately assume something is wrong with the market. And often, there are always factors that go into this. You could look at things here like municipal, provincial, or federal policy changes that were aimed at creating more affordability, but the aim of those things was not exactly to push prices down, but it's happening anyways as a byproduct. And not just those decisions, but a lot of other things. Interest rates, oversupply, renewals, all of it factors in. But here's the thing. These short-term price swings often happen way faster than the fundamental changes in any given neighborhood. For example, let's take the Tri-Cities. Good school catchments don't suddenly become less desirable. Transit doesn't immediately stop being convenient. Outdoor access, green spaces, and lifestyles don't just change overnight. And whether you think about it this way or not, we still live in a region where land supply is ultimately quite limited, and single-family lots, as time goes on, are becoming scarcer and scarcer because more and more of them are being converted into areas with higher density. So these single-family lots are now being turned into condos, townhouses, high-rises, sixplexes, you name it, they're building them. So while the price charts might actually show downward pressure, the long-term drivers of values in any given area aren't changing. As I always like to say, price is a chapter, but fundamentals are the story. Now, a really common mistake that many buyers out there make is assuming that every market moves or changes at the same rate. And that is relatively inaccurate. We're going to stick with the Tri-Cities on this one and just look at a few examples. So in the Tri-Cities, yeah, you're going to have some, let's say, condo pockets where the market is oversupplied, and those markets will soften faster than, let's say, other condo markets where they're not oversupplied. Townhomes near SkyTrains are generally softened at a much slower rate because demand for that product remains consistent. And detached homes in specific school catchments are almost always in demand. I'm looking at you, Dr. Charles Best. Families looking to purchase homes in that catchment are generally always seeing competition. So when people ask, is the market going down? The real question is, well, which market are you looking at? Your buying experience here is shaped by individual micro markets, not the Metro Vancouver headline or whatever article it is you might see on Facebook. And here's one thing a lot of people overlook. Even in a declining market, there can be a cost to waiting. Let's say, over the next few months, you see a price decline of, let's say, 2%. And, that sounds really good on paper. The price is down, I'm paying less monthly, fantastic. But what if interest rates have ticked up in that time span? Even 0.25%, your monthly payment will actually have increased. On top of that, and this is probably one of the biggest issues facing buyers today, and that is, yes, there is a lot of inventory out there, but what buyers really want right now is the absolute best inventory. Most of the time, when people are out looking at homes, once they see a home that, suits about 60, 70% of their needs, often for them, they're like, hey, this is a home run. Well, right now, that's been cranked up, and now people are looking for something that's like 80 to 90 to 100% of the home that suits their needs. And they should. There's nothing wrong with that. However, there are a fair amount of buyers out there looking to do the exact same thing as you are and find those same homes, which is why when you actually look at the homes that are selling, you'll see that a surprising amount of them, it's probably around 30-35% of them, are actually selling in under 2 weeks. Meanwhile, other homes are sitting there 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. Now, there are other reasons for this, how they prepared to sell their home, how they position themselves in the market, but that is a topic for another video. On top of that, there are some other things to consider. And I know it sounds crazy, but yes, there is emotional fatigue. Waiting for that perfect moment, that can take months or years. And I have personally know people that are the years into the cycle and have seen entire real estate cycles pass them by, whether it's for the better or for the worse. And then on top of that, there is the risk of getting caught in a demand wave. I know right now that doesn't seem very likely, but there certainly will be a day or a time in the next, it could be a year from now, it could be 2 years, where that whole narrative does shift and you do see it get busier. Now, waiting can be a strategy. Just make sure you're waiting for the right reasons and measuring the potential risks involved. And here's a really good one, and that is timing the market perfectly. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to get a good deal. But here's the truth. Economists can't predict it. I can't predict it. You can't predict it. And certainly your dog, your cat, the guy driving the ice cream truck, they can't predict it. Not even, Delphi, the great oracle in Greek mythology, can predict it. And chasing that perfect timing often has consequences. People watch headlines instead of homes. They're waiting for a signal that never comes, waiting for that green light that says perfect time, right now. And one that, I hear a lot, I hope. Hope is great. It's one of humanity's greatest assets. However, hope is not a plan. Instead, consider, when is the timing right for you? Does it suit your lifestyle now, or in a year, or in 5 years? Do the numbers make sense for you? Does your budget allow for this? I mean, that's a pretty important one. Are you planning to be in the home for the short term, or is this more of a long-term play for you? To me, that's a much more reliable equation than trying to time the bottom perfectly. Over time, whatever dips have happened since they bought start to look pretty small in comparison. But the benefits of paying down the principal, building up equity, and stability, well, those are massive. Now, if your timeline is short term, then yes, absolutely, shifts like this do matter. But if your horizon is more long term, then short-term volatility is really just noise to you. Sure, it's unpleasant to look at, but you're not worried about that right now because, well, you're not selling. So instead of asking, is now the bottom, try asking yourself these questions. What am I optimizing for? Is it more space? Is it a better neighborhood? Is it something with some rental potential? Am I looking for stability for myself or for my family for the next, 5, 10, 15 years? Is it getting out of the rental cycle? When goals drive your timing and not headlines, you'll find that you can often make decisions with confidence and not fear. And if you're feeling stuck between, I don't want to overpay and I don't want to miss out on the perfect home, that's completely normal. These decisions are big, and the noise out there around it can be almost deafening. So if you want clarity for what the numbers look like or mean for your situation, your price range, your neighborhoods, your timeline, I'm always here to help you break down the numbers without any pressure. I want you to feel informed, prepared, confident, not rushed. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Do you think I'm crazy? And as always, I'll see you in the next one.